for supplementary. We're switching to 5 minutes now, and Arnold Viersen has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And thank you to the Minister for coming here this evening. I really appreciate it. In my riding and in David's riding, we have a very unique situation in that we have a settlement with the Alberta government back in 1938 with the Métis people, and it gave the Métis people their own land. I'm just wondering what, in your view, what constitutes a Métis nation, and how will it affect these communities that are in my riding?
That's a great question. It's thankfully, I mean, it's basically up to the Métis people to sort that out, not me. But there have been many court rulings, and it is again an opportunity we're seeing with Manitoba Métis coming to terms with an agreement. I think that there's real optimism around what the Métis Nation is looking for in being able to determine their rights and a new political accord with Canada. So
would they be? How do they fit into your framework of the nation-to-nation discussions? I guess are they their own nation, or are they going to be dealing with the provinces on this kind of stuff?
It's a good question. If you speak to the President, Clem Chartier, he will tell you that the Métis Nation of Canada is the only nation that's already a nation in nation-to-nation negotiations, that the AFN and the ITK represent the rights holders. So it's as always, there's politics in people, but it is a exciting time, I think, for the Métis in Canada.
Thank you. One of the TRC recommendations was to repeal Section 43 of the Criminal Code. This would essentially criminalize parents who spank their children. Although I sympathize with the symbolism of this request, I guess one of the things that it is removing this section is disrespectful to all Canadians from a vast array of backgrounds, faith, cultural communities, and who believe that non-abusive punishment is an important parenting tool. In Sweden in 1979, they repealed a similar section, and had the effect of putting 22,000 children into the care of the government. And so it's kind of an interesting place. Will you commit to ensuring the rights of all Canadians, including Indigenous peoples, will not be undermined with this purely symbolic gesture?
Well, I think there's people like Senator Hervieux Payette who've been fighting for this for a very long time, and certainly people coming to my office on a regular basis wanting this repealed. The fact that it ended up in the TRC calls to action, I think, was surprising to some, but I think welcome to many others. As you know, this is something that the Minister of Justice is looking into, but as a family physician, I have to say that it is there is a way of doing this that explains that in our society we don't condone people hitting one another and then expect them not to go out and hit other people. And so, but that I think that it's also up to the judicial application of this. That means that if you're stopping a kid walking into traffic, or all of the examples that get used as to why we can't do this, that we can find a way through that honors the TRC call to action, but also puts it in a practical way where children can be kept safe.
Yeah, I thank you for your answer on that, and I would just consider consulting other groups, including the Indigenous peoples, on this as well. So. Well,
I think that, yeah, the Minister of Justice will be consulting broadly, and I think that certainly the Justice Committee will end up, I think, welcoming a role there as well as they consult all Canadians.
For sure. Do I have more time?
I think you're. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you both. Next up for